What's up, family? Good afternoon. For those of you that are coming on, actually it's still good morning, a few minutes before 12. But I wanted to make sure that we had a few minutes to come on, give you an opportunity to hit that like button, hit that share button, tag Lolly Dolly everybody and let them know it's Friday, number one. It's Friday. Number two, should be number one. This is the day that the Lord has made. We're going to rejoice and be glad in it. And so please hit that like button, hit that share button, and tag Lolly Dolly everybody. And let them know Prophet Ramon, the Ramon Preston Show, the tribe, the squad, the fam. We are all live right here on this beautiful Friday morning, almost afternoon, so that we can help bring some economic deliverance and breakthrough in their lives. So we're going to kick off in just a few moments. Please, if you're coming on, do me a big favor. Hit the like button, hit the share button, and tag somebody and let them know that we're going in today. And I got some real good information that I want to share with you. And we're going to continue this conversation that we've been having pretty much all week. It's been an awesome conversation. I was so empowered last Saturday at our business coaching mastermind that I just had to really dedicate this whole week to talking about certain high points and certain tactics and certain tools and principles and practices that we talked about just this past Saturday. So again, welcome to the Ramon Preston Show, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Ramon Preston, and every Monday through Friday, 12 o'clock noon, guess what? We come to you helping you to start, structure, and scale your business, your ministry, your income streams, your wealth building dreams. Maybe you're like me, you doing everything. You doing business, you doing ministry, you getting your money right. You got big dreams for you and for your household and for your family, your church and your community. Well, this show is strategically and specifically designed to show you how to properly start, structure, and scale those things that are directly connected to your own economy, your personal, your family, your business, your financial economics. So for those of you that are coming on, please let me know what city you're watching from. Drop the name of the city in the comments if you would be so kind, so we'll know exactly where you're watching from. Shout out to all of our Facebook and our YouTube family members and friends, especially all of you that are just so diligent and dedicated. You're committed and you're consistent in supporting us every week. So please do me a favor. Hit the like button, hit the share button, drop in the comments what city you are watching from. We want to know what city you're watching from so that when other people come on, they'll know exactly where you're watching from. So today, we're going to continue this discussion that we started yesterday, and it's really been a part of a theme all week. But we started this discussion yesterday answering some common questions and providing for you some creative strategies when it comes to your business. I shared with you a few financial strategies or funding strategies that you should take into consideration, especially if you have a business or you got a side hustle and you just want to take it to the next level. You just don't know how to do it, and you might feel like you're stuck because you don't have the proper funding, meaning that you can't go into a bank and get a loan, meaning that you missed out on the PPP or the EIDL loan, meaning that income tax money is gone, or if you hadn't even got it, stimulus money is gone, or if you hadn't even got it, and you're not generating enough revenue to really finance your entrepreneurial endeavors. And so that's why I took some time yesterday to talk about some creative funding strategies. But today, I want to go back and revisit these common questions for creative strategies in business, because a lot of questions that we asked and answered just this past Saturday in our mastermind were questions that entrepreneurs and business owners needed to ask. They just didn't know about the ask. So sometimes you can have the right people in your life, think about it, who have the answers, but you might not know how to ask the right questions. And so I want to walk you through a few common questions that you can actually use as gateways or foundations for creative strategies in your business. So maybe you got a ministry, maybe you have a business, maybe you have multiple ministries and businesses, and you're looking to create multiple income streams. Well, these are some common questions that are going to help you establish a foundation for your creative strategies. So I'm gonna go back through the first two that I mentioned yesterday, and then I'm gonna give you the last three areas that these questions are connected to. So the first set of questions that I asked yesterday was centered around you learning how to filter and form your products and services. Like, you might have some ideas, you might have some things that you're just trying to figure out. Like, I know I want to be in business, I just don't know what my products are, what my services are. Like, what do I have that I can actually sell? Well, that's a part of filtering and forming your products and services. And in order to do that, there are a few questions you got to ask, okay? Number one, you got to ask the question, what are your core competencies? What are your gifts? What are your talents? What are your skill sets? So you got to look at things that make you you. What are the unique propositions you have as an individual? I call them in business core competencies. Professionals call them core competencies. What are the things that you know you're just really competent in? And it don't have to be like a awesome skill set, because remember, your gifts and your talents don't always become skills. Your gifts and your talents sometimes stay as gifts and talents because they're never developed. So for me as an individual, I realized that some of my core competencies were not like physical abilities. My core competencies were the ability to process information, the ability to learn, the ability to lean into stuff and go hard. I realized that I had a lot of intangible core competencies that I had to develop until they became skill sets. And then once they became skill sets, I was able to better connect them to products or services that I could actually introduce to the market and sell to make money off what I have as a core competency. The next question is, how can they be packaged? So once you start identifying with your gifts, with your talents, and with your skill sets, you got to ask the question, how can they be packaged? How can you turn? I'm sorry, I'm trying to see something right here. How can you turn your gifts, your talents, and your skill sets into products and services? How can you do that? So if I'm good at something, if I'm gifted and talented at something, and I'm working on getting better at it, and I'm developing it until it becomes a skill, now I have to learn, how can I package that for $2.99? How can I package that for $18.99? How can I package that? Well, it may be, I brought a couple small items with me today to show you as an example, because I was good. This is something I realized. I was good at processing information. I was good at speaking and preaching and talking and educating people. This was before I really leaned into a lot of things that I'm doing now in business. And so I learned to take those things that I was good at and package them as courses, package them as seminars, package them as training programs. This was before virtual platforms. This was just me doing it in person with maybe 10 or 15 people, or 5 or 7 or 8 people, or maybe 20 or 30 people from time to time. But then I took those same gifts and talents and skill sets or core competencies, and I learned to package them in the form of books. So these books are just examples of how you can take a skill set or a talent and you can package it, repurpose it into a product or service that you can introduce to the market. The next question you want to ask is, are they relevant in today's post-pandemic market? So are they relevant? If you have created products and services that came from gifts and talents and skill sets that you had, are they relevant today in 2021 with a post-pandemic world? Seeing that we are moving into the digitization of society, meaning that things are going virtual, things are going AI or artificial intelligence, things are going into an online social media kind of world. Now you got to look at your products and services and make sure that they're relevant. Do I need to sell these products and services right here in a brick and mortar? So it would be like, okay, I got ideas about certain things I want to write about. Then I write about it. I write about the next level. I write about prophetic ministry. Okay, so now I've taken things that I taught on, things that I have developed an ability to communicate, and then I put it in a book. But then I got to look at if my products and services are relevant. Do I need to open up a bookstore and write 10 or 15 more books? Or do I just need to throw these on Amazon and keep it moving to what's next so that I could create more products and services? So you got to think about, are your products and services relevant? Meaning that if they require a brick and mortar, or if they don't require a brick and mortar, do they need to be stick and stone products? Meaning that, do they need to be physical products, or do these products need to be digital? Do they need to be audio books? Do they need to be ebooks? I might not even need a physical book no more because they might not sell. Most people want to listen to a book. Most people want to watch a video with you talking about the book rather than sitting down, spending 10, 15 hours reading a book. Another question on if they're relevant is, are they non-essential or outdated? So a lot of our products and services are outdated. You got to look at if this is a relevant product and service or idea that I have for business. The next area that we talked about yesterday was, how do you create prices and how do you package your products and services in a way that it can actually be worth you selling? Because you got to make sure whatever you selling, that it's at a price that, number one, people can buy it, but it's also packed with enough inventory that it's worth people buying it. Otherwise, you're going to have good products and ain't nobody going to buy it because you're in a competitive market and you're just not giving enough inventory away. And that don't always mean you're going to go down in your price. That don't mean you're going to compromise the value of what you have or find shortcuts to create cheaper products and services. It may mean you got to create the right price that you could build a real business model around. And then once you create the right price range, now you got to make sure you add enough inventory to make it valuable enough for people to buy it. So here's some questions you want to ask when it comes to pricing and building your inventory. Would you buy these products from someone else? That's what we talked about yesterday. We ended with that. If what you're selling today, you wouldn't buy from somebody else at that same price, that means you got to go back and revisit. Am I giving enough value with this product or service, or do I need to add more inventory? So for example, if I'm selling a book for $19.99, let's say selling this book for $19.99 was really one of the only few products that I had. That means if I'm gonna build a business model around this, I gotta do more than sell a $20 book in order to pay people who work for me and in order to keep a business moving forward. I may need to have a $20 book, watch this, but I also need to have a prophetic school. I need to have products and services for people who are interested in reading a book about prophetic ministry. I need to have other inventory added to that. So for example, I could say, if you buy this book for $50 or $20, I'm gonna give you $100 off of my School of Prophets. So now when you buy the book and you send me a receipt, I'll take $100 off of my prophetic training course. So now all of a sudden, I not only gave you a deal, which you felt like, wow, buying the book wasn't a big deal, because I wanted to buy the book for $20 just to be able to get $100 off from Prophet Ramon's school. Those are the things that you have to do, but you have to make sure that you would buy your products from someone else. Because if somebody was selling me a $20 book and telling me I have a course attached to that book, and if you buy the book and show me the receipt, I'm gonna give you $100 off, I'm gonna buy the book because I want $100 off from the real school that's gonna be teaching me about what I'm gonna read in this book. So those are things that you gotta think about. One thing you can do is check your competitors' products and services. So there are people who are in the same space you in. I'm a business consultant. I'm a business coach. I'm a business and financial trainer. I'm a prophetic trainer. I'm a leadership trainer. I'm a ministry trainer. All of these areas that I do training in and consulting and coaching in, guess what? Other people are in too. So I can easily Google business consultant, business coach, business and financial training, financial literacy education. I can Google prophetic training, ministry training, leadership training, and see what my competitors are doing. And if they're doing it and they're making money, number one, it lets me know money can be made in that field. If there are other business consultants who have millions of dollars coming in from doing what I do, and I see what they're doing, it's letting me know, guess what? I can do it. I just need to figure out how to develop the right business model that makes sense for me to introduce to the market. Because if it got done before, it can get done again. Here's the next question you want to ask. What are some complementary products or services you would need? So for example, if you bought what you sell from somebody else, what other complementary products and services would you like for that to have added to it? Again, if I bought this book, I'm keeping it a buck with you. I sell this book on Amazon, but I also have a School of Prophets Master's program. So if I bought this book from a prophet and I want to know about prophetic ministry because I know I'm called to prophetic ministry, right? And I saw an offer that said, buy this $20 book, send me the receipt, and I'll give you $100 off of a master's program where I will teach you, the author would teach you, I would buy that. I might be a little apprehensive just to buy the book if I didn't have a connection or an opportunity to connect with the person who wrote the book. So those are things that you got to think about. And that's the question you want to ask yourself. What are some complementary products or services you would need? So if you're selling a physical product, you need to think about what are some extra services can I add to that in order to make it more valuable? It may be onboarding assistance. That's what we've started to do in the last few months. We've beefed up our service with our online university, Ramon Preston University, which is what you see in the background behind the screen, our banner. We're beefing up our service because now when someone purchases a Blueprint Game Plan, number one, we want to give them a demo, something that we didn't always do with some of our older clients. And not only do we want to give them a demo, but we want to onboard them and provide onboarding assistance. We want to make the process of them getting on to our platform easier. And we want to make sure that they know they can email us or call us with any questions. So I'm actually building a whole team here in our company that will continue to provide assistance, not just to onboard individuals, but to support them ongoing as they continue to participate in our online virtual programs. We have a coaching program. If you are a part of our one-year business coaching program, guess what? You have a coaching coordinator. There is somebody who communicates with you every week, whether it's me in a one-on-one, me hosting a business coaching mastermind, me hosting a virtual coaching session like I am tonight at 5 p.m. Yes. If you don't have me, guess what you have? You have me on a virtual platform, and then you have my coaching coordinator who's communicating with you sometimes 3 or 4 times within a week, but definitely every week there's a touch point. So why are we providing that? Because we have already seen that there are a lot of coaching programs that the coaches don't even talk to people in real time. They only come in a Zoom every once in a while. They don't have a system where they have a real person communicating. They always have to kind of virtually communicate or send emails or you know, forms filled out. We wanted to make that coaching program a little more human. We wanted to make sure our coaching clients felt like, wow, every week I'm hearing from Prophet Ramon. I'm hearing from Ramon Preston Enterprises. I'm hearing from my coaching coordinator, and anytime I text them or call them, if they don't respond immediately, soon after they're going to respond. But these are complementary products and services that we've realized in certain areas of our business that we have to add on because there are other coaching programs that ain't doing some of the stuff we doing. All right. Okay, let's get to the next area. So how do you dissect and determine what type of money your business needs to survive and put that against the type of money you just want your business to make? Because those are two different numbers. So the first number in your business is how much money does your business need to make in order to thrive and be successful. If I was you, and you are an entrepreneur, you own a business, if I was you, here's what I would do. I would actually add my salary into the number that my business needs in terms of annual revenue. So that means if it takes $10,000 to run your business at this point, and it takes $10,000 to just have cushion and reserve so that your business can eat when it needs to eat. Mm-hmm. And if it takes $30,000 for you to have a salary so that you can work for your business, at least for starters, and it takes another $15,000 or $20,000 for a part-time assistant. Let's just say you stack those numbers up and you end up at $100,000. At least your brain can begin the process of becoming creative about finding $70,000 or $80,000 or $100,000 that actually includes someone other than you, but it also includes you being paid. You can't just run your business and think, well, I just need to make money this week. No, you need to dissect and determine your revenue, the needs and the wants. Okay? So how do you do this? Here's how you do it. You look at your product and your service lineup. Okay, let's say you should have more than one product or service. If you just got one product or service, that's one of your business problems. Okay? If you only have one product or one service, unless you are My Pillow, right? Like unless you're My Pillow, or unless you're like Scrub Daddy. If you're not one of those anomalies, right? You need to have more than one product. You need to have way more than one product. You need to have way more than one product. We got a question or a comment?
No, just comment.
Okay, what's the comment?
Great stuff.
Yep. By the way, if you have a question, feel free to call in. I got my phone sitting right beside me. You can dial 678-922-1963, extension 1, 678-922-1963, extension 1. Again, 678-922-1963, extension 1. When you call, It's in the comments. The number is in the comments. When you call, I'll answer it and I'll answer your question and give you whatever the game is that you need. So let's go back to your products and services. One of the ways that you're going to dissect and determine the revenue your business needs and the revenue your business wants is to look at your product lineup. You need to have multiple products. Everybody that I coach and consult will tell you unanimously that one of the first things I do is expand their product inventory line immediately. Immediately. You can come to me and say, well, I'm just good at this and this is the only thing I want to sell. And I'm going to find 3 or 4 things that you can sell from that one thing with different price points, because in order to dissect and determine the revenue that you need for your business and the net revenue that you want for your business, you got to have enough products to find out what is your median or average price. So for example, I gave some examples this past Saturday in our mastermind. If you have a median price or average price, that means, let's say you have a $10 product, a $25 product, and a $50 product. Again, let's say if you got a $10 product, a $25 product, and a $50 product. Now, if you just got a $10 product, or if you got 10 $10 products, guess what you need to do? You probably need to get rid of some of those $10 products and create a $25 product and a $50 product. If I'm consulting you like professionally as a coach or a consultant, you're not going to just have a $10 product. We might even get rid of the $10 product and create a $300 product and a $1,500 product. We're just going to add more inventory and figure out how can we maximize your core competencies with systems and processes.
Somebody said they in a service industry, notary public.
Notary public, yep.
They in that industry.
Okay, that's a good industry, but it's a grind. It's a grind. Notary public business is a grind because UPS and FedEx and a lot of other people like banks, everybody that's in our building, the receptionists, all of them are notary publics. So I could just walk out there right now with a piece of paper and say, can you notarize this? I got a client in my office. See, we're in one of these big business buildings, these high rises in Buckhead, where you can go to any floor and get a lawyer to do anything, or get a paralegal, or get a notary public. So my point in just bringing that up is when you're in a very competitive industry or market, guess what you got to do? You got to increase that inventory. You got to expand it. So with my example, let's say if you had a $10 product, a $25 product, and a $50 product, your median or average price point would be $25. So you can't be around here thinking, well, if I just sell $150 products, no, that's unrealistic. If you got a $10 product, a $25 product, and a $50 product, you got to think about how many $25 products can I sell? So in order to make 100, let me give you an example. If your median or average price point for a product or service you got is $25, that means you would have to sell 4,000 products to make $100,000. So when you see that number, guess what happens? It makes you realize maybe I need a different product.
That's good.
So let me give you an example how big of a difference it is. If you want to make $100,000 and you have a $250 product, you go from needing $4,000, 4,000 products sold to 400 products sold, just because you went from a $25 product to a $250 product. Let me make it even better. If you go from a $250 product to a $500 product, you just need to sell 200 to make 100 grand. Now you might be thinking, yeah, but the work gonna be harder. No, it ain't. It's the same amount of work. It's the same effort. It's just a different approach with a different mindset. If you have a $1,000 product, all you would need is to sell $100,000 products to make $100,000. So now you go from having a $25 product that you got to sell 4,000 to make 100 grand to $1,000 product where you just sell 100 to make 100 grand. I would rather wake up every day and figure out how can I sell 1,000 products, $1,000 products, rather than waking up every day saying, how can I sell 4,000 $25 products? So now that changes how you approach your business, and it changes your business model. All right, let's go to the next point. So how are you going to find this perfect client? Because let's say if you go from a $25 product to a $100 product, even if you stay at a $25 product, there's a certain client that you got to find who would pay $25 for that product. So now you got to get into concentrating and crafting your client profile with a marketing campaign. So your client profile, that means I've got to figure out who is the perfect client for my products. So think about it. Let me see. I don't even know how much this book is right now on Amazon. My next level book. Let me see how much it is. I'm just showing an example. If y'all enjoying this, put something in the comments. Let me know how y'all enjoying this and you're learning something from it. I'm trying to find my book on the next level. That's sad. I don't even know where to find it at. Let me put the title in. The Ultimate Guide for Elevation to the Next Level. It should come up. There you go.
Okay, let me see what somebody said, but that's different client, right?
What's
$25 buyer and
the $25 buyer and the $1,000 buyer?
Product buyer.
Those are different clients. Yeah, those are the marketing strategies are different, of course, but the mindset, the effort, the work behind it, that's what I want to tap into. Of course, finding a $25 client is different than finding a $1,000 client. So your approach to marketing, your messaging, the value proposition, where the demographics, the geographics, all those things, I'm getting ready to get into that. This is about concentrating and crafting your client profile. So once you come up with a price, a median price, then you can concentrate on your perfect client profile or the profile of your perfect client. I'm getting ready to go there, but I want to show y'all here this book right here that I got. It's on Amazon right now, and it's on sale, paperback, for $14.99. I'm just showing you, that's $14.99, right? Okay, but I can go to my website page. I can go to my university page, Ramon Preston University. If you go to Ramon Preston University, one of my links is to our consulting group, the RP Consulting Group. And I got one of my consulting packages on here for 3 or more business entities. I don't know if y'all can see that. Can y'all see that? Oh, it's not adjusting.
It's not.
Okay, it's a little blurry. But if you go there, one of my consulting packages for 3 or more entities is $19,999. That's $20,000. So I got a $14.99 product over here, but then I got a $20,000 product over here. Okay, so even though that's not my median price, I got other prices in the middle that I'll use as an average, but at least I know what the profile of my perfect client is. I already know for a $20,000 consulting package, there's a certain client profile that I have. There's only a certain type of client that's going to purchase that. But guess what? The clients that I do business with, my wife and I, that we consult for tens of thousands of dollars, most of them not going to buy a $15 book. They don't care about a $15. They don't even want to read a book. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that means even though I have to find the median price, but I have to be very sophisticated and strategic enough not to die running behind this kind of money. Because there are different kinds of money that I got to focus my attention on as well. In other words, some people will be beating a dead horse trying to build a business around one doggone book.
I got you.
They wrote one hot book, or they created one hot product, or they got one service, whether it's a cleaning service or whether it's a painting service. You cannot build a business model and be successful when it's just centered around one product, especially the product that you don't even have the profile of your perfect client. Because once you realize what the median or average price of your products are, that's going to help you figure out other products that you need in order to sustain your business. Because while I'm around here trying to sell a $15 book, I should be trying to find a $20,000 client. And if I'm having problems finding a $20,000 client, I got to know what my median price product or inventory is, so that I can understand how I can craft a marketing campaign or a message to target the profile of my perfect client. Whew, that was good. Dog, I enjoyed that one. This is mastermind information that we were sharing Saturday. I be listening to some of this stuff over again. Like, I go back and listen to myself. I go back through our own university and replay a lot of those things. And I be listening to some things thinking, man, I must have been in a zone right there. I was like, dog. Yeah, I was like, man, that was good. That was good to me, because I'm thinking, wow, I need to work on, I just told you that yesterday. Remember when I was telling you that we don't even talk enough about what we're doing with the RP Consulting Group. Yeah. We're starting to talk about it because we just added some corporate services of filing and forming LLCs. Yeah. Just in case y'all missed that memo, we are actively filing and forming holding companies and LLCs for our clients. So if you need help, or if you would like for us to handle the legwork to file and form your holding company, your LLC, or 3 or 4 companies under your holding company, we can do all that. And you can put that link in the comments for the RP Consulting Group, the holding company page. We have that information. It's a form that you fill out. Everything is online. You just give us all of your information online, and within a few days, we'll have all your paperwork filed. Within the next few weeks, we're going to be adding to that corporate services page, filing and forming for nonprofits, 501c3s, trusts. Let me see, what else do we have? I had a list written down from yesterday. Let me find my list real quick so I won't be on here capping. Say what? Let me find the list to make sure I'm clear on some of the things that we're going to be doing. Say what? But anyway, I'm looking for my information. Oh, here it is. Within the next few weeks, we will also add additional services for filing and forming churches and nonprofit 501c3s, land trusts, estate plans, asset protection trusts, and personal property trusts. So those are the services. But I was just talking about yesterday how we don't talk enough about the part of our consulting group that is active. What's that?
They say, is that service offered in any state?
Any state. Yep. These services are for any state. We can file your holding company paperwork, your LLC paperwork in any state. In any state. It could be any state. It doesn't even matter. Any state.
The link is in there.
The link is in the comments, and we have a strong legal team behind us. All of our experts and team members on the RP Consulting Group are solid people. We don't deal with people that are not solid, that are not sophisticated and professional. So so those corporate services include your EIN number in any state, your articles of organization, your operating agreement, your resolution to open a bank account, and a certificate of good standing. So we're doing it all for you. We're making it easy for you. If you want to have a holding company and you don't know where to start, we can do that for you. So all the information is in the link. So let's get back to how you concentrate and concentrate on your client profile. So if you already know what your median or average price range is for your products and services, now you got to focus on concentrating your attention to see, what does the perfect client look like? What type of client do I need, that perfect client? Here are some questions you can ask yourself. What is the profile of my perfect client? In other words, what is the geographic profile? What area they are in? You got to think about that. You got to think about what area is your perfect client in, okay? You got to look at the demographics. What kind of person is this? What kind of person is this? There's a certain kind of person that ain't going to pay $1,000 for a product. There's a certain kind of person, watch this, who will pay $1,000 for a product but won't pay $100 for a product. There are people who will pay $10,000 but they will not spend $20 on a product. You get what I'm saying? So you got to look at concentrating your attention on that perfect client. What are their income class? Or what is their income class? What is their professional level? So I'm not saying everybody got to be bougie, but what I am saying is you have to decide that in order for me to sell this product, I have to make sure that I understand who the perfect customer or client is that would buy that product. Here's another question you need to ask. What is the uniqueness of your story? So you got to start crafting a message. There are a lot of businesses that are growing today that are designed to help you develop your own story, to help you craft your own story. These are not PR firms. These are like boutique companies that have experts and professionals who work with you as their client to craft your story. They take a look at your life. They look at the profile and the makeup of your experience, and they help you craft a message that resonates with your perfect client. So you have to look at your upbringing, look at your education, look at your experience, look at your failures, look at your successes. I'm not perfect at that, but I've tried it. So for me, I'm a public speaker. I've been a motivational speaker, pastor, prophet, preacher. I've been standing on stages for 21 years. So for me, I have crafted so many different stories. It really just depends on what room I'm in. I'm gonna be honest with you. My story will change every week depending on what room I'm in. You know what I mean? Like I'll walk in one room, hi, my name is Ramon Preston, how are you? I'll walk in two other rooms and be like, hey, what's happening? So it's like, what up, dog? What up, boy? You straight? You know what I mean? And then I go to another meeting, hey, how are you? Oh, nice to meet you. Hey, it is what it is for me. Depending on what setting I'm in is going to determine who I am in that setting. And I'm being true to me because I can be all those things. I know I can be intelligent. I can be ghetto. I can talk hood. I can talk like I got sense. I can articulate my words. I can disseminate certain messages. But guess what? I know how to get on a level to touch the people that I need to touch on that level. And a lot of times, even when I get ghetto and hood and be acting ratchet, I connect with people who ain't necessarily ghetto and ratchet. They're just fascinated with the fact that I'm free enough to be myself, even as a professional. Sometimes just being real and honest and transparent. Now again, it's a turnoff to some people. There are some people who don't like how brash I am, how real, how rough around the edges I am. I was driving the other night and I started pondering about that, and I thought to myself, wow, I wonder if some people try to avoid me because they don't trust me. I thought about that. I was like, wow, they might not trust, not in a bad way, they just don't trust, like, they might not trust that I will not tell them the truth. So they would rather not be close to me, because if they get too close to me, I might say something that offends them. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I don't trust him to tell him my secrets and for him to not give me the business. You know, because sometimes you could be a good friend to somebody where they could tell you certain things and you just be like, okay, well, you know, I'm praying for you. And for me, I'd be like, you what? You know, I might just be like, dog, you got to tighten up. That ain't going to work. We not going to be friends if you doing that. You know what I'm saying? Overlooking the fact that they might just want somebody to, you know, give a shoulder to lean on. But whatever the case is, if there are people who don't like you, guess what? They're not your client. They don't fit the profile of your perfect client. They're just some people who think you stupid. There's some people who think you're obnoxious. There's some people who just think you're not authentic. You're not genuine. But guess what? If you just keep pushing and keep pressing, keep crafting your message, keep telling your story, you're going to bump into the right people who say, you know what? I feel you. When I hear some of these comments from people that don't know me, I get comments almost every day from people on YouTube particularly. YouTube is awesome. I love y'all on YouTube. I gotta be honest. I ain't throwing no shade on y'all Facebook people. But Facebook is kind of like, you know, like the local shed. You know, Facebook be acting like the tree we all hang up under in the hood. Cause it's just where we come to be nosy. What happened? That, you know how when you in the hood and you hear the police or you hear a gunshot and everybody start grandma walking outside with her robe on and everybody walking down the road. What happened? Who done got shot? Oh, you know, little Johnny down there got shot. Yeah, him and his old lady was fighting and she shot him. That's how Facebook be feeling sometimes. Facebook be feeling like that sometimes. But a lot of times YouTube is one of those channels where I get so much good feedback. Most of the hate that I get, most of the negative responses I get come from Facebook. Very rarely do I get a lot of that hate on YouTube. And we're continuing to grow on there. I'm bringing that up because I'm showing you that as long as I keep showing up and telling my story and sharing my message and giving people value, there's going to be at some point somebody who fits the perfect profile of the client and customer that I'm looking for that's going to show up and say, that's my dude right there. And you got to do the same thing. Here's the next question you're going to ask. What is your best method of delivery? So now once you start crafting your story and your message, what is your best method of delivery? Because sometimes sitting in front of a camera might not be your best method of delivery. I didn't say what's your best platform, because you should be on every platform. YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, you don't stop. LinkedIn, what else? Instagram, what else do we got? Snapchat, Twitter, you should be on all of it. Now, how you use those platforms to deliver your message and your information has a lot to do with your methodology. What works for you? Is it visual? Is it written? Is it audio? Is it in person? Is it one-on-one or by other creative expressions? And when I say creative expressions, you might be the one that be dancing. Maybe you the dancer, maybe you the painter, maybe you the writer, maybe you the graffiti artist. I don't know. Maybe you just the person that like to dress up and just show people pictures, and your pictures get their attention. And with that attention you get from your pictures that you take because you like to dress up, you can introduce people to other things that you have to offer. You got to figure out what is your best method. For me, I know what my best method is. I got to get in front of the camera, at least I feel like I do, and I got to run my mouth. I got to talk, I got to share my heart. I got to let people know who I am because I love people. I feel like everybody's a part of my family. I got the gift of gab. I like to communicate and talk. And if you listen to me long enough, I'm going to tell you anything you ask me. I'm going to give you the answer because I love to give that type of information anyway. So you want to ask yourself that question. Okay, the next, man, that is so good. I got one more area and then we're going to be finished with this. Let me find my last form. Here it is right here. Okay, so once you craft your message and you figure out what your perfect client is and how you need to market that person and what method of delivery you're going to use with your products and services that you have priced and have figured out, now we want to figure out what's the best way to sell and scale those products. What's the best way to sell them? This is going to have a lot to do with systems. It's going to have a lot to do with processes. It's going to have a lot to do with certain cycles that you develop and use. Now, I'm going to be hosting, starting next month, some very important workshops. They are actually called VIP workshops. I have 2 VIP workshops that I'm going to be hosting in June. June 12th, Saturday, we're going to be hosting a VIP workshop on finances. It's going to be centered around the power of QuickBooks, accounting, tax strategies, and financial literacy. On June the 26th, that's the 4th Saturday of next month, we're going to host a VIP workshop on business. It's going to be centered around how to start and structure your holding company. I'm going to be teaching you not just the process of starting and structuring the holding company, but how to run the day-to-day operations of it. I'm going to answer a lot of the questions that most people have when it comes to starting and structuring holding companies and really running the day-to-day operations of a holding company. We're going to put the information to our VIP workshops in the link in the comments. But our VIP workshops right now are going at an offer of 65% off. So we have a 65% off discount code. It's VIP 2021. VIP 2021. All that information is in the comments. So even if you can't join me in person, these workshops, we're going to be hosting live virtual streaming for those of you that have purchased the workshop. So even if you're on the other side of the world, but you want to learn about QuickBooks, you want to learn about accounting, you want to learn about income and expense tracking, you want to learn about tax strategies, you want to learn about financial literacy, you want to learn about holding companies, starting them, structuring them, running the day-to-day operations of them, guess what? You can sign up and register for the course for 65% off discount. And if you can't make it in person, guess what? We'll send you a link prior to the event. We'll send you your VIP workshop manual in a PDF form that you can follow along. And just in case you miss it, we'll make sure that you have access to the replay on our university training platform. So we got you covered. All you got to do is register, sign up, secure your seat, and make preparation to be a part of that workshop. We also have a sales workshop that we're going to be hosting. What day is the sales workshop? Let me find out.
Did you confirm me?
Yes, I have it on there. It's on the website. Let me see what day. I believe it's July the 10th, if I'm not mistaken. July the 10th. I think it is. Let me see. It's on RamonPreston.com/event. It's in the comments. RamonPreston.com/event. Let's see here. Where are we at? No, it's Saturday, July 24th. July 24th is going to be our sales workshop, our VIP sales workshop. So we're going to be teaching you on the 5 P's of sales. The P of the practice of sales, the people of sales, the power of sales, the products of sales, and the ultimate process of sales. It's going to be a powerful workshop on sales. So while we're offering a 65% discount for each of those workshops, you may want to sign up for all 3, the financial workshop, the business workshop, and the sales workshop. Within the next 2 weeks, we'll have a marketing workshop available. We'll have a creative cash flow workshop available. We're going to have an entrepreneurship workshop available, a real estate investment workshop available, and soon we're going to also have a family legacy wealth building workshop. We're going to give our people all the game. We are going to teach you everything we know so that you can literally create a legacy of wealth and success and blessings for you and for your family and for the generations to come. All right, let me answer the last few questions that we have on selling and scaling your products. In order to begin this process of selling and scaling, here are some questions you got to ask. How efficient and effective is your sales funnel? How efficient and effective is your sales funnel? And when I say sales funnel, I'm talking about the experience that your customers have with your business. You got to think about, how are you creating awareness? How are you increasing people's interests? How are you connecting them to what your intention is? How are you evaluating them as a potential customer or client? And how easy is the purchase for them? Do you make it easy for them? Like, we're kind of like dropping everything in the comments. Well, guess what? You ain't got to look nowhere. You just come back to the video, look in the comments, and everything we selling you can find in those comments. And then how are you creating loyalty? Those are like the steps. I have a whole grid right here, and we taught this in our mastermind. The next question is, how full and fluid is your sales pipeline? Your contacts. Are you making contact with people every day? So even though I come on this show Monday through Friday, 12 o'clock noon, faithfully, on a regular basis, guess what? A part of my objective is to stay in your face and to make contact with you so that you'll know I'm here. I'm showing up. I heard a few women, business owners and ministry executives that were in our mastermind this past Saturday. I heard them say, basically, when they listened to me the first time, they made the decision then that we're going to listen to him, but we not following nobody we can't trust. And they said, these are women that I didn't even know other than from social media. And they flew into Buckhead this past weekend just to come to their business coaching mastermind, because all three of them are coaching clients. They committed, I mean fully committed, to our coaching program for a year. And they're not even here. They're out of state. They're states away. My point is, one of the things that each one of them said in no uncertain terms was, when I listened to Prophet Ramon, when I was introduced to Prophet Ramon, I was gravitated towards him because of his transparency, his honesty, his realness. But then he said he was doing certain things and he did them. They were referring to when I was hosting this online revival, if you will, and I hosted it for like 8.5 months straight. Every day, Monday through Sunday, I was showing up every day at the same time, praying for thousands of people, prophesying to thousands of people, ministering to thousands of people. And then at some point in those 8.5 months, I offered those who were following me consistently an opportunity to consult them for free, just to provide value to them if they had businesses, if they had organizations that they were struggling with. They were some of the ones that reached out to me. My point is, I didn't know 9 or 10 months later, or almost a year later, that they were going to be clients in a business coaching program. I didn't know that they were going to be flying back and forth to Buckhead, because they are premier clients. They are faithful followers. They are dedicated to growing their lives and their businesses and their ministries and organizations. But guess what? They trusted someone who kept showing up. This is a part of you creating not just a sales funnel, but creating a sales pipeline. Now, I know we're using the word sales, and I don't want you to make it feel like, especially if you're doing ministry or if you're just providing a service to your community, that it's all about a sale. Don't just look at selling as selling. You're trying to sell somebody in terms of getting their money. It's about you sharing information, you sharing yourself, you're sharing who you are, you're giving people value. A lot of times people will say to me, hey, I'm sold. And I think to myself, oh, I wasn't even trying to sell you. I almost forgot that I was in a sales cycle with this person. I'm just sharing information, trying to help them to make sure that they can make the best decision for themselves, for their families, for their businesses, and for their ministries. So for those of you that you're very interested in starting, structuring, and or scaling your business, your ministry if you have one, your income streams, or any wealth building dreams, if you're really interested in that and you find yourself struggling a little bit and you just can't quite put the pieces of the puzzle together, or you feel like there may be some blind spots that you have, or just some things that you can't quite wrap your mind around to break through, I want you to reach out to me. I want you to take into consideration joining our 1-year business coaching program. We have an amazing 1-year business coaching program. I wish all of the people who are a part of it could jump on this show with me every day and just share brief testimonies. At some point, I'm going to figure out how I can let people chime in and share. But for now, just know we've had over 30-something people just this past Saturday join our business coaching mastermind. Some were in person, some were virtual, but all of them have overwhelmingly and unanimously said that this business coaching program has and continues to change their life, change their business, change their financial situation. And I want you to be a part of this journey with us. We're still offering, with our 1-year business coaching program, we're still offering a 24-month payment plan. I actually was supposed to take that off earlier this week. I just didn't give myself enough time to go back and to make sure that all of that was removed from our platforms. But within the next few days, we'll be removing the 24-month payment plan. And within the next few weeks, as we prepare to move into the month of June, we're going to revert back to our signature 90-day coaching program. That's our signature program, a 90-day business coaching program. I just extended it for a year to give a select group of individuals an opportunity to really have enough time to start, structure, and scale whatever it is that they were doing in business, ministry, finances, and wealth building. So if you would like to be a part of our 1-year business coaching program, all you need to do is look at the information in the comments or just text the word coaching to 404-478-7213. You can join our VIP workshops for finances, for business, and for sales. They're going to be life-changing. Those workshops we use in addition to our coaching and consulting and other programs. We use those workshops to get into the nuts and bolts to show you how to use QuickBooks, how to integrate it, how to run the day-to-day operations of multiple businesses, how to create a sales process for you and for your company and for your team. These are the things that we're going to be doing. And we look forward to hearing from you. If there's anything we can do, any information we can provide for you, any support or assistance we can provide for you, please feel free to reach out to us at any time. We're here for you. Next week, Monday through Friday next week, I will not be live. There will be no Ramon Preston show next Monday through Friday. I am taking my beautiful, lovely wife, the love of my life of 18 years. We've been married. 19 years ago we met, but we were married 18 years ago. Taking her away, flying her away for a week to enjoy her birthday. So excited for her. She deserves it all. If you're watching, honey, I love you. I do not have anything prepared yet. She like, when are you gonna get some luggage? Like, I ain't even got no luggage. You know, I'm one of those.
No.
Yeah, no show next week. So we're going to be coming back strong. I have so much to talk about. We've probably done, we started the Ramon Preston show in January. the end of January. So that's February, March, April, May. So it's been almost 4 months now since we started, Monday through Friday. And y'all, I have so much information to share. I got so many things I can talk about. I'm never without words.
No.
Anybody that know me know that. It don't matter if it's business or finances or money or real estate or personal. I'm never, but guess what? What I don't do is waste time talking. I don't talk about stuff that doesn't mean anything.
It gotta make sense.
Huh?
It gotta make
sense. I don't waste my time talking about stuff. I hate small talk.
That's good.
I hate small talk. You know, every once in a while I goof off a little bit, but for the most part, nah, dog, we ain't playing that game.
Yeah.
We need to be talking about business. We need to be talking about money. We need to be talking about ministry. We need to be talking about Jesus. We need to be talking about church. We need to be talking about scripture. We need to be talking about jets. Like if we talking about stuff like that, I'm in. But all that other stuff, no, bro. No, sis. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for your support, for your love. I'm going to miss everybody next week, but we will be back Monday.
You gonna be there Monday?
Monday, May 31st.
Yeah.
That's Memorial Day, isn't it? Hey, we work every day of the week around here.
Yeah.
We serve because we're not working, we're serving.
Yeah.
Whether we doing ministry or business. I heard you in there telling somebody this morning, I work 7 days a week. You do work 7 days a week. 365. But it don't even feel like work. We serving God's people. We loving God's people. We helping God's people.
Ear hustling.
Say what?
Ear hustling.
Yeah, I was ear hustling. I was ear hustling. I was like, who's she talking to? Talking about she works 7 days a week. Like I'm a hard slave master over here. Like she working like a Hebrew slave, right?
My boss worked me.
I love y'all so much. Appreciate y'all. Have an amazing weekend, and we'll see you back here on the Ramon Preston Show Monday, May 31st. Monday, May 31st. Monday, May 31st. We will not be here next Monday through Friday. We are